What's up, KOM chasers? Alright, I've got a great gravel segment for you today, and this is located in Riverside, California. So if you are anywhere in the Inland Empire, especially in the Riverside area, I'm sure you have heard of Sycamore Canyon. It's a place where lots of people like to go mountain biking, gravel riding, as well as walking and hiking. So these trails actually get pretty busy with bike riders every weekend and also during the week. And you'll also find a ton of hikers out there. Okay, so I want to bring to your attention that the entrance to this is off of Canyon Crest Road. Okay, you go into the little neighborhood, you follow the road up around to the right, and then there's a little hole in the gate that takes you to the reserve. It's a county park, I believe. Okay, so once you get in there, then you're going to follow this trail, and as soon as you hit the first single track right up this hill, that's the start of the segment. And we're off. So here's the start of the segment. I've got it up there on the screen there. Canyon Crest Climb, which don't be fooled here because Canyon Crest is actually the street that parallels this trail. And I know there is another segment that goes up the road part of this on Canyon Crest, but I'm not sure exactly what it's called. But that climb is insane. It's a very steep, very long hill. So let's go ahead and pull up the leaderboard here. And it actually took me a little bit of work to clean up this leaderboard because there were a whole bunch of people on there that seemed to be e-bikers, which is all good, but when we're talking KOMs, it's got to be legit. It's got to be without an e-bike. So, I'm sorry if I flagged your ride, but this has to be for real. I didn't want to be giving credit to somebody who did it with a motor on their bike. Alright, so I went through and I got rid of the top few that I thought were most definitely not legit. And so then I got to this guy, Derek Swinford. Okay, now I've been following this guy just a little bit on Strava, and he puts up some massive rides. Okay, so that's why I feel like this guy needed to, or deserved rather, to be at the top of the leaderboard here. So I actually don't know that he did it on a regular bike, but he did it in 2013, which I don't think e-bikes were even around then. So I think this guy is pretty legit, and based on the mileage that he puts up every week, he works his butt off. So anyway, shout out to this guy, Derek Swinford. You're a beast out there. Okay, so what Strava estimated his power to be at was 282 watts, and his time was 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Alright, this is a very steep climb. You notice that here in the dirt, I'm up to 9% on it right now, 10%, but it gets pretty tricky, and it gets pretty rutty. 13-14% right there. Okay, got to cross over some ruts while on a 14 and 15% grade. 16, 17, 18%, 19, 20? Shoot, dude, I didn't even know that it went up that high. Alright, so anyway, you can see where this is going. This is a tough climb, and it keeps on going and going and going. Oh man, and I'm slacking. I didn't even tell you what the segment involved. It's a 0.9 mile segment, 332 feet of elevation gain, and the average grade is 6.9%. So you can see here that we've been up in the teens, up to 20% for about a minute now at least, and it just keeps going. All right, it's finally starting to level off. You get a little bit of a break here at 5%, 4%, 3%, 2%. Okay, it's leveling off. All right, but we're barely into this segment. Okay, there's still a whole lot way to go, and you can see that I'm feeling pretty good right here with this little descent. It feels like, but just right up there, you can see that the trail is about to shoot right up that hill once again. Now, just a disclaimer, I've only ridden this segment once before this. Okay, I should have pre-rode it before shooting this video, but I knew that the segment was good. I knew that it was a tough climb. I knew that it was going to be a fun one. It was about the right distance, right in my wheelhouse, what I like to do. And so my previous attempt was actually in 2020. I haven't ridden Sycamore Canyon a whole lot, but I thought that this was going to be a pretty good one, so I decided to give it a shot. And I mapped it out on the map, and it looked perfect. Okay, Although I still should have pre-ridden this just to feel it out, to see if there's any ruts, to see if the road was clear, if it was in good condition or not. And my last attempt in 2020 was somewhere in the 8-minute range. So I felt like if the KOM was in the 5-minute range, I should be able to take a little bit of time off at least. And especially since I just did that pretty good segment the other day on the Palmer Avenue climb. I did 300 watts for over 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, if I could hang 300 watts on this segment, then I'm going to drop my time by at least a minute or 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. Shoot. Yes, I did just go down on that hill right there. And man, this is embarrassing. I feel like I should have just stopped it right there and probably just done the segment over. But like I was a pretty good little ways into it, okay? And this makes me look like I'm not that good in the dirt, but I'm pretty decent. All right, I'm gonna blame it on the grade, which was about 7% at that point, even though that's not even a whole lot. But there were also some big ruts. And there's no excuse really. I just lost it. Okay, I lost my hold, and I slid out right there. So anyway, man, I'm embarrassed about that. So please excuse my mistake right there. All right, but we'll get back to the video. All right, you can see that it's a pretty steady grade for a lot of this climb. 8%, 9% right now, 7%. And there are a decent amount of ruts. No excuse, like all those ruts are very doable on a gravel bike. You should be able to get through all of this. And I mean, I expected not to have any problems, but I also hadn't pre-ridden the trail, so I didn't know that those ruts were there. But irregardless, I fell, and this person right here was up not too far from me. I hope that they didn't hear me like crash, all right? I wasn't very loud landing into the bushes, which it was a very soft landing. I just kind of tipped over. So no big deal. It wasn't much of a crash at all, really. No scratches at all. But it did slow me down just a little bit. Luckily, I was able to get back up on the bike and get my first pedal right in there and start, even though I was on a hill. So back to it. You can see that our grade is going back up again. It just got up to 16% right there. So, tough climb. Notice my heart rate, it's only 154 right now, and that's because the steep grades are followed by easier sections. Cross that guy on my path. I actually see him later in the ride as well. But, see, look at this. With a downhill like this, intermixed in between the upgrade, the uphills, you're able to recover just a little bit. See, my heart rate's down into the 140s now. And so with that, it gives you just a little bit of time to get your body ready to hit it hard again. And then now we're back up to 8%. All right. So we're going to keep this going for just a little bit longer, and then you are going to be able to spot the end of the segment because it's where all the roads cross. Okay, it's like a dirt lot where the paths go all different directions. Okay, so we are coming right up on it. You could actually see it right up there ahead. It's in the clearing, and you're going to see the dirt area, some other bikers over there, trails going every different way, and here's our segment. Okay, so I did get my PR. My PR now is 7 minutes and 46 seconds, which I think I should be able to take 45 seconds off that. Hopefully break into the 6-minute mark. But just to review my stats here, I did it in, let's see, so I've got a power meter on my gravel bike actually, and I did it at 257 watts average for that entire segment, which is 7 miles per hour, and my average heart rate was 155 beats per minute. Now, there's a whole lot of good gravel riding out here at Sycamore Canyon. If you are in the Riverside area or not, then come give this a shot. The segment is a fun one, but it's actually part of a bigger one as well. It's the triple R something something. But this road keeps climbing later on, okay? You keep going up and up and up from here. This is not the end of the climb. All right, so the segment that goes from the start of the Canyon Crest climb up about a mile past this point, that's the big one, okay? And I wasn't shooting for that today. I was going for the 0.9 mile one because that's right in my wheelhouse. I like putting up a good effort for about that amount of time. But in the future, you should be expecting the longer one from me. And anyway, get out here and give this segment a try. Give these trails a try. They're fun and they go all over the place. All right, peace.